guys, welcome back to another deck profile, and today I'll be showing you guys an update to my Predaplant deck. Due to the release of Soul Fusion, giving us a new fusion and a new quick play spell, this deck actually warrants an update, just because of that. But yeah, the new support, the new 2 cards that they got, actually helped the deck pretty well in giving out some Predator counters, and also the new fusion is actually really good with some negates. And also the fact that indirect support like Super Poly coming off the list not too long ago actually buffs this deck actually pretty good. It's actually, but yeah, it's also just a fun deck just to take the locals as well. It's one of my personal favorites, non-dinosaur wise anyway. But yeah, let's just get right into the deck. Alright, to start off, 3 Scorpio. He's pretty, yeah, you guys probably know him a lot from other competitive decks that run around sometimes, like the Brilliant Fusion Engine and everything. They use this guy a lot, as well as his counterpart Cobra. The benefit of Predaplants is though you can run 2 Cobra and pretty much survive, because Scorpio has unlimited targets really, other than Cobra. But yeah, you can run 2 Cobra just fine. If you really wanted to have it at 1, though, I would understand. But no, he's pretty much the searcher of all the fusion spells you're going to be running in this deck. And then next, 3 Clamanda Sundu. He's pretty much a Super Poly on legs, in a way. With him, if there's a Predator counter, you can use, basically with this, if you have Predator counters on your opponent's side of the field, you can use them as material, and also the tree is dark, which is awesome. And yeah, but if that is not the case, you can also just fusion someone from your hand as well by using monsters in your hand. So that's really nice. He's amazing. Always running him at 3. He's just too good to pass up, because if you like get Predator counters on your opponent's side of the field effectively, like a few of them, you can just fuse their stuff away. Like the new spell that just spreads counters around just like helps this guy a lot, and it's awesome. But no, run 3 of them. He's really good. And then also 3 Predaplant Seant. He is another 3 of which I think you should always run 3. Because of a certain spell card that I've kept him since the last deck profile that helps enable his effect of searching. He can search a lot if he's destroyed by a card effect. He can search a Predap card, and also with him, he's kind of a hand trap in a way, because if it was a direct attack, you can special summon from your hand. He's nice. He's also level 1, so he can go into Link Karibo stuff. But mostly, I'm using him for his card effect, being destroyed by card effect by searching pretty much all your stuff, pretty much. And there is a card in this deck that helps enable this a lot. Other cards, 2 Predaplant Spinodonea, just for, you know, helping with getting stuff out. When you have a Predator counter on there, like if you attack something with equal or low level, he can pretty much special a Predaplant from deck. And also if he's normal special, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, place a Predator counter on it. So he helps with Predator counters to spread them around. Also, he's just really nice. He's a solid card. 3's too much, just run 2. And one of the new ones from since last time, 1 Terrapenthes. This is good. I like this way better than the other guy I had, which was the Hydra. I changed it out for this. He's nice. With him, if he inflicts battle damage, he can target a face-up monster on the field and place a Predator counter on it. And also, once per turn, he can target a monster with a level less than or equal to him and take control of it to the end phase. He's a mind control, and that is awesome. And I like that. If you just have a Predator counter on something, you get to mind control it, which is awesome, and it's way better than the Hydra, which in my opinion, because it's way more versatile, especially in Link format, because you get to take their stuff and then use it as Link material, which is awesome. And now that's it for the Predaplant lineup. Onto more just generic plant stuff. The obvious 3 Lone Fire. You run 3 of Lone Fire as long as Lone Fire is at 3, because it enables the whole deck. Last plant monster, 1 Glow Up Bulb. He's in here for like some synchro plays. There's 2 synchros in the extra deck, and then like he's also here for he's also here for Link Karibo. He's nice. Great way of just sending it off of Foolish Burial, and just also a good pitch it, like a good discard outlet from, or like he's a good monster to send up from your hand from Scorpio's effect as well. So he's just versatily really nice, and he just helps with lots of stuff in the deck, from link plays to synchro plays. And then the last monster in the deck, one Dark-Armed Dragon. You do have some graveyard manipulation in this deck to help get him out. For me, he's kind of interchangeable. You don't have to have him in. I just personally have him in just for the flair factor, I guess you could say. Like the fact that he's a 20 beater, and just, you know, the fact that you can just machine gun away a whole field, which is funny. But you don't have to have him in there. He's just kind of like that optional thing. If you want to run Dark-Arm, run Dark-Arm. If you don't want to run Dark-Arm, then don't run Dark-Arm. It's personally up to you. But for me, I liked it. I like it, so that's why I run it. Now on to spells. The mandatory 3 Predaponics. This is like kind of like you can run 2 if you really felt like it. But for me, I run it at 3 because it's really good at graveyard manipulation and also just getting stuff out of your hand as well. So good recursion and just good way of just getting stuff onto the field. Another 3 of Predaplant spell. 3 Predapruning. Predapruning is just pretty much a monster reborn for Predaplants. That's basically it. That's pretty much all you need to know. And then next, they're one of the new spells, Predaplast. Now this is interesting. So with this, reveal any number of Predap cards in your hand, which includes the spells. Then target that number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. Place a Predator counter on each one, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a Predator counter. If your Predaplant monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So this is great. I love it a lot. I personally want to bump this up to 2. I'm probably going to do that mostly. I've been like thinking about it more and more, and just like I think I would run this at 2, no problem. I think it would be great at 2. Personally for me, I think I'll just change that, obviously, later down the line. But also, the fact that he can just spread counters just because you have Predaplant stuff in your hand, that's awesome. And the fact that you can just banish it to protect is also great. He's just awesome. I wish it could also I wish it could like protect from card effects as well, but oh well, that's first world problems at that rate. But still, it's a really good card. Personally, I would run 2 to 3 if I could find the space, but mostly 2. Now, next card that I've kept in since the last deck profile because it's actually still really good is Fragrant Storm. This is that tech I had last profile, and I still love it a lot. This helps enable Serent Seeing It effectively because you can just destroy it, and then you get to search, and also you get a free draw. And if you draw into a plant, you get to draw another card, and that is awesome. And it helps this deck a lot. I personally think if you're playing a Predator Plant deck, you should run this card. It's good. Just trust me, it's really good. I like it a lot. But yeah, it helps enable Serent Seeing It. It helps also just good, you know, draw power as well. And another card that is pretty much also a staple in this deck is 3 Allure. Because it's a dark deck, you're pretty much going to be fine. So yeah, 3 Allure, no problem. And then now on to the fusion spells. 3 Poly. This is up from my last profile because my last profile was kind of a synchro heavy deck in a way, which was kind of odd. But now I've changed it to more of a fusion heavy deck ever since we got the new support, new fusion. So yeah, run 3 Poly. I like it at 3. In this build, I feel it's necessary. Another thing I think it's necessary, 2 fusion substitute. Again, this is another. This was also bumped up since last profile. It's just, you know, the fact that because you just want to see a fusion spell in your hand. I feel like with this kind of deck, and at least with this build, just because just to get yourself going, get yourself into a. Now I know you can search these as well, but like just to get into like a big body turn 1 is just something that I think this deck needs. So like if you can get into their new fusion and also Aura, Chimera, or Fallacia turn 1, that's pretty important, I feel. Now on to one Super Poly because it's Super Poly and you can search it. That's pretty much it. Like this deck can search Super Poly and that's amazing. And then 1 Instant Fusion, only 1. I bumped it down to 1. You can search it, so that's why you only need 1. And then lastly, one Foolish Burial, because just for a graveyard setup. Now let's do the extra deck. Their new card, 2 Predaplant Draco Stapelia. And this is amazing. It's kind of like it's kind of a weird, kind of a floodgate in a way for Predaplants in a way. So with this, it's a level 8, 1 fusion monster plus 1 dark monster. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, place 1 predator counter on it, and if it is a level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1, as long as it's a predator counter. Negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have predator counters. So yeah, like, if you spread counters around, you can just, they're all negated because of this card when he's on the field. So he's kind of a walking floodgate for predator counters, which is amazing, and I love that. And I love that the quick effect is I love how the predator counter placement is a quick effect as well, so you can use this during your opponent's turn as well. I absolutely love it. This thing's awesome. Run 2. 3 is not necessary, but 2 is just, you need to have 2, I feel. And next, one of the older guys, 2 Chimera Flager. He's still really good. The fact that you can just like manipulate his attack and get over beefy monsters is actually really nice, and it just kind of replaces lightning away for this deck. And also the fact that he can search as well for more fusion, search most of the fusion spells as well. It's actually really nice. Is also like really relevant as well. Then on to more fusions. 2 Starving Venom, because Starving Venom is just really good in the deck. And he can just board wipe stuff, and he's actually really necessary. And then 1 Greedy Venom, because it's really good if you can get him on the field, and the fact that he can just blow the board and come back when he dies is awesome. And then the 1 instant fusion target, and this is the last fusion in the deck, is Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon's good because he can help change his attribute, and the fact that he can also protect monsters with the same attribute, which is nice. So really good instant fusion target. And then for Synchros, 1 Shambara before OTKs, and then Black Rose for the field nuke, and because it's also a plant deck, so you can use his plant effect if you really wanted to. Now for links, 1 Wee Witch, because they're all dark. 1 Lampharinkus, just in case, again, if you need another link to go into. 1 Akashic. This is interesting. I tried it out a bit. It's okay. You don't need it. If you want to swap this out for any other link, you can. I was just testing around with it and just to see if it worked or not, and it was decent overall. 1 Linkuriboh, because Serencina and Glow Up Bulb get into them pretty good. And then lastly, 1 Deco Talker, because surprisingly, like, this deck can't really get into Link 4s that much, really, in this kind of build, so Link 3's, so he's the best option. So he's pretty much the best Link 3 right now that I have at the moment. So, but yeah, that is a deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the deck or suggestions, leave it down in the comment section below. And yeah, and also, what do you guys think of Predaplants? Do you guys like the deck? Do you guys think it's a fun deck to fool around with and stuff like that? But yeah, leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.